Hello. I think we're live very soon. It looks like here we go. Hi, I'm author Jeanne Bender, and I'm starting a few minutes early just to give people a chance to log in to our Lindie Lou and You Kids Corner. So, we are going to have our third session today. It's our summer session, and I'm giving you fun activities that I think you would enjoy doing during the summer. So I see Kellyanne Alpers is there with Caleb. Hi, thank you for joining. It's nice to see you pop in. I know it takes a little while for the names to come up, but I am having so much fun doing these Lindie Lou Kids Corners with you. And here comes Mary. Oh, and Tom. And hi, Sophia. Hi, Lily. Oh, hello. It's good to see you too, Tom. Thank you for joining. And we have a few minutes before the program begins for us to get a chance to see who pops up on the screen. And Lindie Lou is with us. Say hello. She's always with us, happy to be along for the ride and the fun at the Lindie Lou Books group with our Lindie Lou and You program. So Nancy has come on there, and Kelly says Caleb is so excited to be here today, and we're very happy he's here too, because we are going to announce the winner of the activity challenge later on in the program. So I have one more minute to just sit here and get ready for our Lindie Lou and You program and see how many people come in. I'm in Montana. Oops, I'm not in Montana. I'm in Wyoming, and it's beautiful today. I've been learning about the different types of trees, and it's very exciting to be in this mountain community. And we are going to start our program. So, welcome, boys and girls, to the Lindie Lou Books group, Lindie Lou and You Kids Corner, live with author Jeanne Bender. And here is my Kids Corner. So take a look, because in a few weeks it's going to completely change, because I'm going to be leaving this location. But as you can see in my Kids Corner, I have my books. Lindie Lou is here joining me, and I have my comfy chair and my nice warm sweater on because I am in Wyoming, where it's a bit cold. So, boys and girls, please show me your Kids Corner. And if you like, you can send me pictures. And if you like, I can post them on the Lindie Lou and You Books group. I'd love to see where you're cuddling up, because Kids Corners are very important. They are a place for you to go and relax and be comfortable and read and do activities. So make sure you send me a picture. I'd really love to have them. And if you agree with that, give me some thumbs up. Okay, so before we begin the program, I'd like to say something about Chris and Ryan. Here is a picture of Chris and Ryan. And what happened is last week I told you that they were 4 years old, and they said, Jeannie, we're not 4, we're 5. So this is an apology to Chris and Ryan, who are twins, and the fact that I gave the wrong age, and I promise I won't do it again. So Chris and Ryan, here you go. Thank you for reminding me that you are 5 years old. You're really turning into big boys, which is very, very exciting. So now I'd like to tell you a little bit about where I am. I am in Jackson, Wyoming, and is also known as Jackson Hole, because there's 50 miles of valley or plateau with mountains around it. And the mountains are called the Teton Mountain Range. And there's also a Teton National Park, which I went to yesterday, one of the many national parks in the United States. And something else that's really cool is when you see the Teton mountain range, you can also see buffalo. I hope my picture is clear. There's a buffalo in the Jackson Hole Valley, and those are the mountains behind us. And I also would like you to know that there's a lot of moose in this area, and the moose that I saw was a mother moose just like this with two babies. And do you know they walked right through our yard? And there are the moose. And so this is what takes place in Jackson Hole. Wyoming is a very interesting state. Did you know that it's square? So here in the United States, you can see Wyoming. That's where I am, in that red square state, kind of up in the north, not quite in the Midwest, but in the mountains. So now you know a little bit about where I am in Wyoming. And I would like to know if any of you live in Wyoming or near Wyoming. So if you get a chance, oh, guess what? Chris and Ryan are here. Oh, I'm sure they came in time to hear me tell everyone that they're 5 and not 4. And Teddy is with us with Nancy, and he said he's never seen a real buffalo before. Well, there are a lot of buffalo here. I've seen some, but they're far, far away because they're very big and they're actually kind of shy. So thank you for that. So I would like to tell you a little bit more about our program today. We are going to have our story time. Then I'm going to introduce you to somebody really special. And I kind of gave you a hint last week. Then I'm going to tell you who the winner of the activity challenge is. And I'm going to give you your new activity challenge for next week. I'm going to announce the winner, and we're going to have a question and answer period. And so if you have a question you'd like to ask me, it's okay to start typing it right now, because sometimes it takes a little while for the words to come up on the screen. So anytime during this program, if you can think of a question for the question and answer set period in this program, feel free to type it in at any time. Okay, so I am going to tell you a story. And my story is about Lindie Lou. And this time, I'm going to tell you how Lindie Lou learned to swim. When Lindie Lou was a little puppy, we lived on a lake. And I think you can remember from book 1 that the house is very, very pretty and very, it's in book 2. And very much on a lake. And it is also a place where Lindie Lou learned how to swim. And so I'm going to show you a picture of her learning how to swim. Here is Lindie Lou in book 2. She is at the lake getting ready to swim. And do you know what? Kate has a ball in her hand because Lindie Lou loves to fetch balls. Don't you, Lindie Lou? Yes. So Lindie Lou went out into the yard, and Kate threw the ball into the water, and Lindie Lou got her little feet wet, and when she was in the water, she got her face wet. And do you know the first time she got her face wet, she didn't like it at all. I'm going to show you a picture of the real Lindie Lou getting her face wet. Can you see that funny face she's making? She did not like to get her face wet. And this is really her at the lake house learning how to swim. But that didn't stop Lindie Lou because she loved her ball. So she would go and chase the ball, and I'd throw it a little bit farther and a little bit farther, and she would get a little bit farther in and a little bit farther in, and before you know it, her feet were off the ground and she was swimming. And that's how Lindie Lou learned to swim. And sometimes when she got her face wet, it really upset her. But after a while, she got used to it. And so Lindie Lou learned how to swim on the lake, and that's the story time for today. And After a while, she wasn't afraid. She just loved to swim. And for the rest of her life, Lindie Lou swims in the lakes and chases her balls on land and in the water. So, if you liked our story time today, please give me some thumbs up and some hearts. I would love to see them. And I'm going to go to the second part of our program where I'm going to introduce you to somebody special who has also been very influential in my life. I told you a little bit about her last week. Her name is Nancy Kieffer. Here's her picture. And Nancy Kieffer is an editor. And I'm pretty sure I told you last week what an editor is. An editor is somebody who helps me write my books. So Nancy Kieffer is not only an editor who helps me write my books, but she's an elementary school librarian, retired, and she knows a lot about elementary school students. So she helped me with subjects like families, adventures, said children in your age group like puppies. I should write about puppies and that we should play games and have fun. And she helped me edit the Lindie Lou books. Editing is hard work, you know. You write, first of all, you write the book, and then you have to change things. Sometimes the pictures are in the wrong place. Sometimes you have a jacket on somebody in the summer, or sometimes you have the wrong words and the words have to be changed. So Nancy helps me with that. I would like to show you an example of an editing page that Nancy and I worked on. By the way, there are often dozens of edits, sometimes as many as 50. Here is an editing page that Nancy and I did together. Look at all those markups. Look at all the things we had to change in this book before it was ready to go to print. And Nancy helped me edit the Lindie Lou books. So that is our part of the program where we talk about somebody special in our lives. And I would like to ask you, do you have any brothers and sisters? If you do, please type, I have 4 brothers, I have 1 sister. Please let me know if you have brothers and sisters, because they are very, very important to us. And they're not always somebody we get along with. Sometimes we get along and sometimes we don't. But as you grow up in your life and you move on to your different lives, you will really miss your brother and sister growing up. And you never know, they might even be a part of your future as an adult, because Nancy Kieffer is not only my editor, she's my sister. And that's the story of Nancy Kieffer in my life. So it is now time for us to talk about the winner of the activity challenge. And do you know that I got so many amazing submissions? I would like to read just a few of them to you because they were incredible. I can't read them all, but I'll read some of them. One of them said, "It took me a while to put my face and head underwater and plug my nose and mouth, but I learned from Lindie Lou to just keep trying." What a wonderful life lesson. Here's another life lesson. We were at a restaurant and there were 3 firemen there. They were talking about how they keep us safe. So we decided to pay for their lunch, and that made us feel really good. What a wonderful life lesson. Here's another one. My life lesson isn't moving, because we've had to move from one house to another house, and it wasn't easy. And when we went from another house to an apartment, and then to a hotel. And now at my hotel, my friends are the people who work there, and I have pets. What a great life lesson. I got another one here. It says, never go on the road by yourself unless you're old enough to be safe. Another great life lesson. And I'm going to tell you another one. It is good to try new things, even if it's a little scary. Great life lesson. And another one is, it is important to be nice. What a beautiful life lesson. Another one said, find magic in everything you do. So these are a few of the life lessons that I received this week, and they are all so good. I don't know who should win the challenge. So we are going to do something very, very special. We are going to do what is called a random number generator. So I have all the life lessons on this piece of paper, and I am going to pick a number on the random number generator, and I have from 1 to 36 on here. And if you remember in book 1, Lindie Lou, when Joe said goodbye to her at the airport, he tapped on her carrier 3 times. Do you remember what that meant when he tapped on the carrier 3 times? It meant, I love you. So, to use the random generator and to find out who won the challenge, I am going to tap this 3 times, and the third number that comes up is the winner of the life lesson challenge. So here we go. Can you see this? 1, 2, 3. And the winner is number 32. So let's take a look at 32 and see who's the winner of the challenge. 32 is Emma, age 4, won the challenge. Congratulations, Emma. Never go on the road by yourself unless you're old enough to be safe. Emma, I'm so proud of you. You've won the Lindie Lou blanket. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't give everybody the blanket because all of your life lessons were so amazing that I really didn't know who to choose. So we let the computer choose today. And next week, we have another interesting challenge because the person who wins this activity is going to win a Lindie Lou coffee cup. Now, it looks like a coffee cup, but maybe it's a milk cup. Maybe it's a Kool-Aid cup. It's a cup. And you may want to keep it. You may want to give it to your father or your mother, or it might be your favorite mug for everything. So we are giving away a Lindie Lou cup next week, and the activity challenge is draw your own bookmark. So I am going to post on our Facebook page this activity sheet for you to download. And what you do is you look at the Lindie Lou bookmarks, and then you draw your own right here. You can draw it this way, or you can draw it this way. Be creative with it. And also make sure that you color the paws, because you can color them any color you like. And so our activity challenge for next week is going to be make your own bookmark. So thank you for coming along for the activity challenge. Now it's time for our question and answer period. And I'm going to look and see if there are any questions that are on this page. Oh, I got a message. Here's a question from Nancy. She said, we have snakes here. Do you see snakes in Wyoming? Actually, I'm told there are snakes here. Fortunately, I haven't seen any, but almost every day a deer walks through our yard, and it's so cute to see it. So I'm going to also post a little video of a deer in our yard. I think it was eating some of the fresh clover from the spring. And I'm going to see if there are any other questions up here. Here's one. It says, is the Lindie Lou Stuffy going to be a part of today's prize? Well, guess what? The Lindie Lou Stuffy, and this was a question from Kelly, and it's coming up after the cup. I think we're going to give away another Lindie Lou Stuffy. What do you think? Yes? Oh, Lindie Lou's all excited about that. So that is coming up. Thank you for the question. Let me see if there are any other questions here. Not typed out, but I did have one that was asked for me. And it said, do you like flying in airplanes? Well, one of the reasons I wrote Flying High, flying on an airplane for the very first time, is because I was scared when I first started to fly, and I wasn't sure if I was ever going to enjoy it. But yes, I do enjoy flying now. I do it a lot, and I understand it's almost actually safer than being in a car, driving the same amount of distance in a car. So yes, thank you for the question. I do like flying, but I didn't always like flying. And if you read Flying High, you will find out how Lindie Lou overcomes her fear of flying. There's another question from Tom. Are there going to be any other Lindie Lou book tours coming up? Oh, I absolutely am. I am on tour all the time. As a matter of fact, today I was on a Zoom meeting with 2 elementary schools, one at 8 o'clock this morning and one at 10 o'clock this morning, because their class, their summer school class, read the Lindie Lou Adventure Series, Book 1, Flying High, and they had questions. They had questions about Lindie Lou, her brothers and sisters, about Max, and all kinds of fun things. So if you read the book and you would like to get a group together, we could do a Zoom meeting. I can set it up for you. So thank you. That was a really good question. And Kelly and Caleb are asking, does Lindie Lou like kittens? Well, guess what? One of the 12 books, which I'm going to write, is going to be about kittens. And yes, Lindie Lou's kind of curious about kittens. She's kind of careful around kittens because one time she got scratched on her nose, got a scratch on her nose from a cat. But if they like her, she likes them. That's a very good question. Thank you so much. So it looks, boys and girls, like we've run out of time for this week, and our Lindie Lou and You session has come to an end. But I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us next week at the same time, where we will have another Lindie Lou and You session, and I look forward to seeing you. Don't forget to send me pictures of your kids' corner. It's very important that you have a special place you can go that's all your own. You can make it big enough for your parents to come and join you or your friends, but take a picture and send it to us so we can share it with all of our other viewers on our Lindie Lou Books group. And thank you so much for watching this week. And as always, remember, it's all about Lindie Lou and you.